Please. Yes. What is going on, everybody? It's been a minute. Been a whole minute, man. Past couple weeks have been a little bit hectic for all of us. Massive shout out to Marco's son Jackson. My dude, you did it. You graduated high school. Let's go, bud. You know, this is awesome. This is great. Super excited for you, bud. Outside of that, guys, you know, it's been a little bit. It's, you know, been a good amount of time since we last talked. We've missed a couple, you know, good things that have happened through the weeks of sports in general. So we will definitely we'll definitely talk more about that when we get a chance. But outside of that, we will start out the night with baseball chat. Let's get the elephant out of the room, guys. I get it. Houston, cheaters. We know. It sucks. But it happens. Yeah, Houston is known for cheating. It sucks. You know, I'm a Houston fan. As you guys can tell, I will always represent Houston no matter what. But the thing that kind of really upsets me about this whole situation that's going on is more or less of the fact that Brandon was in here. Brandon's in one of our chats, and we talked about this before. You know, a lot of MLB players use like rosin when it's to stop sweat and everything. So I honestly think that there's not really much you can do. Yes, he did not appeal the suspension, which is understandable. You know, yeah, you got caught, everything like that. But, you know, as a Houston fan, I'm getting kind of tired of everybody coming after Houston. You know, Houston this, Houston that. You know, Houston's a dirty team. They cheat a lot. You know, I get it. Things like that happen, but there's not much you can really do about it per se. It's just, I don't know, man. Like I can't understand why everybody's going after Houston, and just let it be, man. And you know, it's sad. People are always after Houston, and yeah, in my eyes, I still think we're the worst team in the league. I know we're not, but it's like we can't even catch a win. You know, the only thing we can really catch is a cold. So, you know, that's kind of it upsets me a little bit, but it's okay. It'll, you know, same thing as everything else. It'll go under the bridge. People will still talk about it here and there, but you know, a lot of pitchers use, and if you know they get caught, it's forgotten about. But being that it's the Astros, it's going to go on forever. But outside of that, the other thing I definitely want to, you know, kind of talk about was if you guys caught any of the news recently. Houston was hit with a massive storm, and last night it actually broke through the glass of the Houston Astros Stadium at Minute Maid Park. So they had to stop the game immediately, and they finished the game. I believe they finished the game last night. And then today they're like, you know, hey, be careful coming in. Like, we understand, you know, you guys want to beat the game. Just please be careful. You know, your safety matters more than a baseball game. And I completely understand. So as of right now, we have no games. We have a few games on right now. The Pirates beat the Cubs today 9-3. Phillies and Nats are tied 1-1. Mariners and O's are tied at 0-0, and we have warm up for the Blue Jays. So that is definitely, it's going to be a good night of baseball. But this actually brings me into my next thing. Paul Skeens. Hype, or are you buying it, or is it kind of like a is it a hit or miss? So, being honest with you guys, I was a little. I'm on the Paul Skeens hype. Won't lie to you guys. Um, Watching him in spring training was actually really cool. His control was amazing. The way that he averages like 101, 102. It's ridiculous, man. Like I think this kid, I think he's the next. This is the next evolution of pitchers. When we had Nolan Ryan, to Randy Johnson, to Roger Clemens, Pedro, all those guys had certain things that got them there. We had Felix Bautista for the O's. He's a closer. He's throwing 101, 104, stuff like that. He's throwing heat to close the game. I don't think I've ever seen a starting pitcher constantly throwing 100 and can do it multiple innings. This man literally went, I think they said 7 straight innings, no hits, not a single hit. And the dude's ERA is a 2.7. I mean, like, it's ridiculous. This kid is I think this kid is going to be the MVP and or Cy Young winner. It's just it boggles my mind how kids nowadays can do this. Their bodies are able to do stuff like this, and it's awesome because kids nowadays will see that and be like, okay, when we go, when I grow up, I can be better than that, or I can do something better than that. So Paul Skeens, dude, I'm actually, not gonna lie, I'm buying his hype right now. I think it's going to be great to see what he can do for the rest of the season. Pirates don't look too bad. Very excited about that as well. So, I think that that's going to be a fun season watching him, seeing what he can do, seeing exactly like how he will be the next man, the best pitcher to come out. And I believe there will be another pitcher just like him, if not even better. And that should be, some talent that I can see, coming into the MLB, seeing all these old pitchers that we have, back in the day where, sometimes pitching was not the best. And a lot of times, if pitchers were used to going like 400 or 500 innings a season. They were used to just throwing their arm out until their arm fell off. Nowadays, they have certain number of pitches that they want to use, certain number of innings they want them to pitch. We're not going to see the decade of like Jim Palmer going like 800 innings in a season. That's not going to happen. So, Paul Skeens hype, I'm in for it. If you guys are in the tank for it as well, let me know in the comments below, on the Facebook page, whatever. I'll post something about it. But let me know if you guys are hyped up about Paul Skeens, or if it's just, is it like Bitcoin? It sucks. It'll go up for a little bit and then just tank. So, with that being said, guys, the NFL schedule is released. I've got some notable games that I'm excited for. Of course, being a Dallas fan, it's always going to be beating the shit out of the Commanders. We'll always say that, forever and always. I think my biggest game right now would be Week 1. So it's Thursday, the 5th of September. It's a night game. Baltimore at Kansas City, an AFC Championship rematch. What's going to happen? Is this going to be the game where everybody's like, maybe Baltimore should have won this game. They come in, they beat the crap out of Kansas City, being, the Super Bowl night. They're going to drop the banner. They're going to do whatever. will it happen? Who knows? In my eyes, I think this is going to be the game that Baltimore may come in and kind of smack them around. So we'll see what happens. A couple other notable games that I've been fairly looking into. Give me 1 second. I have it right here in my notes. Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. I believe it was week 2. Yes, week 2. The game I'm really looking forward to is the Thursday night game again. It's a Thursday night game. It's Buffalo at Miami. I want to see what Buffalo would do without Stephon Diggs. Now, I know week 1 is going to be the one to go after, but, I feel like that's going to be a good game to watch. Very excited about it. I'm also looking forward to the Sunday night cap game for week 2, the Bears at the Houston Texans. I think that's going to be a hell of a game. You're going to get Caleb Williams, Wnba versus, what I think is the best offense that anybody's going to see, honestly, in the NFL. I think the Texans really are their own worst enemy. And, if they lose this game, that's kind of on them. There's a lot more games out there. Week 1 for Dallas, I'm kind of excited to see what we can do against Cleveland. They're hit and miss team. I understand that. You're never going to find a really good team to do this, to play, a full season or a full game, maybe, hit and miss here and there, whatever happens, that's what happens. So, I think going through the season alone, we're going to see a lot of different guys kind of, we're going to kind of see what these rookies have and what they can do during the season, which is, something that I think we all look forward to. Seeing who will bust and who won't bust. And then, I think it's also, we want to see what teams, who got stronger. So that brings me again. I'm kind of rolling through this and it feels great. Rookies, which will bust or not, or won't? Yeah, it's a Friday, guys. Honestly, I think, in my head, this was a great topic to come on to. I think it's a little early, but I definitely think that it's something we can talk about. I think there's going to be a lot of busts. My number one, I'm not a Caleb hater, but I think Caleb Williams is going to be a bust. I think there's too much pressure for him to do certain things that he should not be doing. He's a young quarterback. He needs to learn the league. He doesn't need to own any portion of the team. He doesn't need to, have this massive mantra on him about, the next great talent. Oh, the next great talent in the NFL, or the next Patrick Mahomes. There will never be another Patrick Mahomes. There will never be another Tom Brady. There will never be, a Dan Marino, a Joe Montana, Roger Staubach. Like, you can never be that player because you were your own player. So I think Caleb Williams is coming into, with his head kind of hot right now, where people are like, oh, he's the next Patrick Mahomes. He's the next, whoever they want to compare him to. I don't see it. I mean, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I really don't see it. I think more or less this is going to be, how bad is he going to tank? I mean, he's got weapons. They just picked up Wnba with the draft. I think that's a great pickup with Caleb Williams. He needs another target. DJ Moore is a great receiver. Loved watching him when he was with Carolina. Dude was a freaking animal. And, He goes to Chicago, plays under different quarterbacks. And with that, he goes into, last season, I think was probably his best season. Him and Justin Fields were clicking on all cylinders, and it was amazing that everybody on that team clicked. They literally take the rug underneath everybody's feet. Justin Fields is on the I-10 by 10, and he's in Pittsburgh. Now Chicago's looking at, okay, we're getting Caleb Williams. The hype was we were getting Caleb Williams. Now we're getting him. There's a guaranteed he's going to be our number one starter. I like, in my eyes, I don't really like him as a starter. I'm not sure. I had to look at it again, or look at everything again. But I'm pretty sure I'd rather have Bajan on that, being a starter for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. Let him get his time in. He has some good spurts during the season this year, or last season. I'm sorry. So, I think it's one of those things where we really have to kind of take it with a grain of salt and see what happens. But right now, I think, we just definitely gotta, we gotta watch Caleb and see what Caleb Williams are we going to get. The Heisman Trophy winner, or are we going to get the guy who paints his nails and, just acts very emotional in a league where guys will eat that up nonstop? Like, they literally will just eat everything. And I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's good for him to go into a league where guys will literally, they will pluck. I mean, like, the smallest thing and just make fun of you for it. And it'll tear him down. It'll make him, second guess what he does. So I think my bust would be Caleb Williams. My next bust, honestly, which kind of shocks me a little bit, is going to be Xavier Worthy. I think you have to give him maybe a year to acclimate himself to the NFL. Like, in college, you're the best of the best. Like, D1, the only person that's better than you is yourself. And, he didn't really play very good against good teams. When he played against, Alabama, dude was good, but he wasn't great. Then you go to the TCU games for the past, I think it was 3 years he's been there. TCU games against Texas. Dude was here. He just would not show up. Then he injured himself, and he's like, oh, I'm done for the season. He comes back for the championship game for the Big 12, scores a touchdown, takes himself out of the game. Now you go to the NFL Combine, you run the fastest 40 in the NFL in general. And you think, oh, I'm this $7 billion guy. I think he needs to come off his high horse. I mean, seeing some of the OTAs that they had in Kansas City, and I really wish Sharko was here to kind of, he and I would talk about this, but watching some of those plays that they had him, route running, dude really embarrasses himself, and I hate seeing that. Being, I'm a Texas fan. I'm rooting for all the Texas guys who made it, but that's the dude that I'm very almost adamant that he's going to be a bust this year. If they use him almost like a Rashid Rice, it would be perfect for him. More of an inside slot guy, maybe he can learn off of that. Who knows? He was more of their second receiver. You had AD Mitchell on the outside, and he was the man right there. AD would go up. If anything was underneath, Adonai or Xavier was there to pick off. There's a lot that can be said about this guy's game. I don't 100% think that he's there in the NFL mentally. I think he came out a little early. He should have finished his senior year. I mean, I say only a junior. Yes, he had, I think, 4 seasons with the COVID year playing Longhorn football, but I don't think that's enough for him. I think he's still very immature. I think he's going to be humbled one way or another. If it's not him getting lawn chaired, it's him, really seeing that, hey, yeah, you can run the fastest 40, but when you put pads on, those guys are going to run the fastest 40 with you. Like they're going to want to take your head off. I think it's sad, but it's going to be true. Now, some guys I think that are going to really thrive. I think JJ McCarthy's going to do really well. He's a great pro style quarterback. Arm was amazing. In the championship game, he was really good. His progression down the field was amazing. I'm very excited to watch him. Blake Corum, I think he's with the Chargers. I have to look that up. Well, Blake Corum, I think, is going to be a great running back. I don't think he's going to start week 1, but I definitely will say it'll be fun to watch him progress as a player, as a rookie into his sophomore year. Maybe he gets more touches sophomore season, but I really think this is going to be fun to watch him play. Another guy that I'm really, really excited to watch is tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, Jared Miley. Dude's like 6'7", 6'8", came out of TCU, massive body. Dude can block down the field. He can, he's like another down lineman. So I think that's going to be another great addition to the Kansas City line, where that might be the piece that they need to three-peat. Take Travis Kelce out for a little bit, give him a breather, whatever. You put Wiley in there, and the dude's a skyscraper. Patrick Mahomes can't hit him on a broadside of a barn door, then he's got to get out of here. So I definitely think that's a good pickup for Kansas City with Wiley. Now going to Dallas, our first round pick was O tackle from OU. Of course, everybody knows that hook him all the way. I was a little upset with that pickup, but watching what he can do as a lineman, I don't want to say it doesn't bother me, because he does have good, steady hands. He's got a good build to him. He's very, very good on his feet, light on his feet, able to block. The big thing that I've noticed with him, he stands straight up. He's got the ability to apply pressure, but he's a hit and miss guy. So, I think that's a big thing right there. I wasn't too excited about it, but hey, we got him. I honestly thought we were going to get a running back. John versus one guy I thought we were going for, staying in Texas, but instead he went to Carolina, which is also a great fit for him. Him and Bryce Young together, we're going to kill it. As long as his ACL repairs. I think, oh man, what's the guy's name? There was a tackle from Washington that didn't let in a sack at all. And the team that he's going to, I think that he's gonna be the man. Like he's gonna be the next, massive hype, maybe Trent Williams-esque type player, where he can bulldog you around. He's gonna bully you around the ball. I'm excited to watch a lot of these guys in general. I think bust or no bust should come up, maybe mid-season, and we go from there. Outside of that, everybody else is kind of plateaued on their busts and everything. And I definitely want to, delve a little bit deeper into these draft picks, team by team, maybe even just a couple of names that kind of stood out to me. I know, the boys would definitely love to do that. I'm always in the tank for football stuff. Again, guys, let us know what you're in the tank for. We're in the tank for a lot of things. And honestly, it's been fun ride with this. So let us know what you guys are in the tank for, and just continue to grow with us. Next thing I want to talk to you guys about, and this is something that might actually take us over, about a 45-minute talk, and that is the NCAA 25 trailer was released today. $11 years, fellas, ladies and gentlemen. I know we got some ladies on here. 11 years since our last NCAA football game. that game right now, if you look to get a copy of NCAA 14, any generation, you're looking about $400. You're paying $150 for this game. The hype around it has been nonstop. They teased the cover. The cover looks amazing. Travis Hunter, Donovan Mitchell, I think that's his name. No, that sounds like a basketball player. I forgot the guy's name already. Damn. The Michigan running back. And Quinn Ewers. I honestly am super happy with that. You have a quarterback, a running back. You have like literally a double threat in offense and defense. So I think that's great. I think it's going to be a good game. Now, breaking down the trailer, my hype wasn't too hyped in the beginning. When I think of the pageantry of college football, Navy's right down the road for me. So we go to Navy games all the time, and we see the flyovers. The first shot they showed us was the flyover of those like futuristic helicopters. No. Make it real. If you're going to do flyovers, take some type of jet. Because the company, EA has enough money to put an actual jet in there. Make it look real. Now, that's cool. There's the really cool flyovers. I'm excited about that. A couple things that were shown that I'm very excited about. The players walking through the locker rooms. Notre Dame goes down the stairs and they tap the wall. There's a sign there. With the Gators, you walk around, you touch the Gator head. They have the rock at Clemson. Then you've got LSU. You walk through the tunnel, you hit the wind paddle. Hopefully they have the Hokie Stone for Virginia Tech, which I think would be amazing. You get to watch that. You get to see fans jump up and down. They have Puddles, the Oregon Duck, on the back of a motorcycle. I saw they had the Silver Spurs and Bevo, coming out of that locker room area where they run on the field. Hopefully they have Colorado. I want to say his name is Buffy. Buffy the Buffalo? I don't know. If you guys are Colorado Buffalo fans, just let me know the name. Roast me if you want. Is it Buffy? I'm calling him Billard. Billard the Buffalo. I don't know who I don't know the name of it. But hopefully, that they'll have Ralphie the Buffalo. Hopefully they have, him running out. Maybe, in the game, if you're playing at, DKR for Texas, you've got Bevo in that background where you can see him playing, laying down in the end zone. I know for Navy, they've got Billy the Goat on the sideline. So hopefully we got Billy the Goat, the actual goat there. I don't know if it's Yale. I know Georgia has their Bulldog on the sideline. Uga. So, maybe they have Uga there. And maybe, if you step too close to him, and you're an opponent, maybe he gets at you or something like that. I think it'd be kind of cool. There's just like small things like that, which would be so cool. I know I'm really crossing my fingers. The best entrance I've ever seen, it's more on TV. I haven't seen it live. I'd love to go see it live. Is Georgia Tech. And they come out in this old, 41 old school, this antique classic car. It's such a beautiful car. You got cheerleaders, you got the B behind it. They drive out, the team comes running. I think it'd be just amazing. Entrance wise, I think it's going to be fun to see if they have, some entrance musics. Like I said, Enter Sandman for Virginia Tech. Maybe they have, they update it. when the season starts, and maybe there's like certain music that plays when a team walks out. For Navy, they always have like a cool Danger Zone, like Top Gun theme esque, where they play Danger Zone. They have like this really cool jet, like noise or whatever, and then they come running out, and the jet flies right over them. With Army at Mikey Stadium, they literally play. I can't remember what the song is. It might be Jesus Walk by Kanye. And like an Apache and like a few Black Hawks fly right over as they're coming out in the field. And they're carrying, USA flag, they're carrying the state flag, and then they're carrying like the branch that they represent. So like for Navy, they have the Navy flag and they have the Marine Corps flag. Then they've got the American flag and the Maryland flag. I'm crossing my fingers that, all this detail they say they have with all this entrance that is truly there. I mean, we saw the Penn State, the Nittany line open up the gate and running with the team. We saw them locking arms as they're walking down. That's awesome. I think the next one I'd want to see is like the Buckeyes. Are they going to do the pregame chants? Are they going to have them where, that's how calm and cool and collected they are. Like they just sit there and they just mess with people. With Michigan, are we going to have them actually running and slapping the banner? I want to see, like, my biggest thing would be the entrances. That's the biggest thing. I want to see how true to tradition are they really going. I would love to see, and yes, the trailer shows us snippets. All through next week, they're going to give us more gameplay. They're going to show us what we can do, what's going to be played, and what they're going to have. And I think that's what's going to give more hype to this. So, in my eyes, I would love to say this is plus right now starting. I'm going to start, my grading, and this is just for the trailer today. My grade for it right now is about, I give it a B+. All right. Now this is just starting. This is not the full grade of the game or anything like that. The next thing that I was really, really happy with was they showed a lot of the stadiums. So I believe every Division I team stadium is there. I'm, again, fingers crossed. They had all this damn time to make this damn game. Will they have every detail of the stadiums in there? Neyland Stadium for Tennessee. The night games, are they gonna have the flashing lights? Virginia Tech, are we gonna see, like, when they're in the tunnel and they're doing Inner Sandman, are we gonna feel the vibrations? Are they gonna have the hidey tidies? The military, the military guys in the back. Are they gonna show the fall foliage in Blacksburg? The fall games, there's the trees behind it literally are orange. And it's gorgeous. It's like brown and orange, so it's perfect for that team. For Maryland, are they going to have, the student section where they literally have this massive Maryland flag that they just take down the center of the field, like the center of the student section? It's amazing. With Navy, are we going to see the brigade of midshipmen? Are they going to do the march on? When Navy scores, are we going to see the brigade go out and do their push-ups? Are they going to have the cannon, the little ship they have in the corner? Are they going to pull the string and they go boom, after every score, after every kickoff? Same thing with Texas. Are we going to see Old Glory when they pull the string for every kickoff, everything? Are we going to see, the lights flicker on and off when you score? Or for Texas, the new end zone has like this little Longhorn cutout that's orange and it flashes every time you score. Are we going to see fireworks? A lot of these things, the trailers are great, but we want to see them. Like, the gameplay is what we want to see. This trailer, it has everybody hyped, and there's a lot of small things that people have not picked up on. That I watched the trailer. I mean, shoot, it came out at 11 o'clock. I think I've watched it 40, 50 times just to see what I can find. The next big thing is, a lot of these players that opted in for their names, name, image, and likeness. Are we really going to get what they look like? Are we going to get what they wear? The biggest thing that I saw that kind of upset me a little bit was when they had the Quinn Ewers, dropping back to throw the ball. Quinn Ewers was in orange cleats. He never wore orange cleats. It's always been white cleats. I don't think Texas even has orange cleats. It's always been white. Now, the one thing I did pick up, I thought was kind of cool. I picked up a couple of things with like the uniforms. They're the brand new chassis that everybody's using this season. Of course, all the teams that have switched conferences, they're going to have that new logo on their chest, which is great. I'm excited for it. Seeing the SEC with Texas and Oklahoma, all the other schools that are going to, other conferences like Buffalo, Colorado, going to the Big 12. Can't wait to see like the Big 12 logo on that chest. I'm excited to see all these new conferences and all these teams coming into newer conferences and how it's going to look into this game. The uniforms, some guys like wearing their pants, above their knees. There were a couple times instances where you pause it, the dude from Georgia, he cut back, you stop it, his pants are above his knees. Then we got one that's like right above the knee, but not, not more on the top, like right above the knee, where it's like just perfect, where you see a lot of guys wear it. That's there. Then you see full coverage. Then you see the O linemen have their knee braces. I don't think, the last 2014, they didn't have the knee braces. Now, the one thing I did pick up, and this is what I'm really hyped about, is the back plate showing. NFL, you cannot show a back plate. Pre-game, you can, but during a game, you have to, the back plate has to go down. Like, your jersey has to go over the back plate. In college, you can wear it up. You can have no shirt underneath. Back plate out. The back plate could say bye-bye, have a peace finger, whatever. That's one thing that I did pick up was that is, that's in there. And I'm hoping that it's not just, a side piece where you get to see the guys walk out. Like, you can actually use that. The next big thing for me, you guys know this already. If you guys have watched our episodes before, I'm a massive gear hoarder. They have the newest helmets out, and if that player wears it, they're going to wear it. If they don't wear it, they're not going to force them on a helmet that they haven't worn. They're going to put them in a helmet that they have worn. So, for instance, the running back for Michigan, he's in a Rydell Axiom. He's in the Rydell Axiom in the game. Quinn Ewers is in a Speed Flex. He's in a Speed Flex in the game. Travis Hunter's in an F7 with a Dion mask. He's in the game an F7 with a Dion mask. Now, I'm also hoping that you can get really cool mask designs, stuff that we see, even NFL guys are wearing it. So I'm hoping that they do that with, something really cool. I really want to see if they bring shiesties. It seems like everybody's wearing a shiesty that goes right over their nose. Or, I think sometimes they wear it like right here. I hope they have it. It's cool. Like, you want to have the drippiest dude that you have ever had in NCAA. I hope that happens. I hope they bring back the neck collars. Now, I really hope they bring back the cowboy collar where, like, you hide it. You get this massive hump that goes up to about here, and the dude just looks like a freaking tank. Like, I remember those days where, myself and Brandon would create players, and he would create this running back or quarterback that was just filthy, and I would create, like, a lineman. The dude would just look like a freaking rhino and just bulldoze everybody. I hope that this is kind of what we're looking forward to. They did say that there is a college mutt in there. I'm actually kind of excited for that. I want to see what players we can get. If we can get old school players, maybe some players back in the day, like maybe we get Tim Tebow. Maybe we'll get, Robert Griffin III. The college versions of these guys. Larry Fitzgerald with Pittsburgh. J.J. Watt when he was with Wisconsin. NC State, Russell Wilson. Michael Vick with Virginia Tech. All these big names. Marcus Mariota. LaMichael James. All these guys that we grew up watching. In the early 2000s, the 2010s, and now until the 2020s. These guys who you think are going to be on the teams. I want to see if they have cards for them. Vince Young's, Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush. All these big names. I want to see if Mutt has them on there. Now they do have Road to Glory. I am so hyped for Road to Glory. You guys have no idea. I honestly think that was one of the best modes on that game. You choose your player, you go through your high school career, you get recruited. Like, you literally go through everything as that player. You go through a season playing, and then you go to, you make playoffs, you do your playoff games, and then you go, if you make the championship, you make the championship game, you do all that fun stuff. I think it's going to be the best thing ever. And I'm hoping that, they take the true blue bloods of football, and, you kind of get more of a hype, and those lesser known blue bloods, you work your way up to be that 5-star. We're like you already know a lot of these blue bloods are Florida, Texas, California, North Carolina. Like, the southern states are all blue-blooded football players. Where, like, anytime you see a 5-star recruit, they're coming out of either the South, California, maybe hit or miss the Midwest, Eastern Seaboard. I think the best 5-star that ever came out of the Eastern Seaboard in my eyes was probably Brian Brzee and Stephon Diggs. That's kind of where I look at it, and it all just depends. And that's kind of what we have to look at, is where how they do this. So I'm hoping that the realism of how football is in these towns, small towns, maybe they shut down a town, and you see that and you play off of that. I'm very excited about that. Now, the one thing that I'm very skeptical on is the mechanics that I saw on some of these game films looks just like Madden. It looks like a copy and paste. They just put Madden and threw NCAA all over it. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm crossing my fingers. For the fact that it's $150 for you to get, this big bundle. I think it's like $100 to get the next bundle, and it's like $60 to get the regular. If this is just another Madden, honestly, I may just quit playing sports games in general and stick to racing games. I would be very disappointed, because I know EA can do a lot better. They've had so much time to work on this game. Like I said, I'm fingers crossed it's not a damn Madden game and it's play. Another thing that I picked up on that was you got to see a lot of celebrations. Alabama with the title belt, which was kind of cool. I really enjoyed that. You get the interception, you wear the belt. I think Miami has a turnover chain where it's like this massive chain that's got the U sitting like right here on the chest. That would be awesome. I don't believe anything was said, but like Michigan, you get the stickers for like certain games you play, and like it goes all over the helmet. With Ohio State and the Buckeye, you get the Buckeyes. It's small things like that. Like, I hope tradition is truly in this game. And honestly, like I said, I'm hoping that all this hype that we've had for 11 years, like we've been begging EA and the NCAA to come back for this game, and it took them 11 years to do this. I'm hoping that all of my childhood playing these games, going over to my best friend's house on the weekends and playing these games like religiously, it's not ruined. Yeah, we still have those memories of that, but the next generation, you want to make the same memories where me and my son, when he's old enough to play video games, we have those memories of we played college football together. on the Xbox. I want that. I want, Brandon and his kids to do that. I want, Marco and his kids to do that. I want everybody to have that experience. So, all together, guys, I'm going to give this an A- rating. I give it an A- because that one mechanic I saw really kind of pushed me over the edge. It was going to be an A+. I saw that, like, the way that he threw the ball, the way the ball moved just looks like Madden, man. And I'm not ready for that. If I'm proven wrong, I will put that next line in, and it'll be an A+ game. I'm very excited for it. July 19th, release date. You can get it early. I think it's like you pre-order the deluxe edition. I think it is. It's the covers of 3 of them together, looking out to the field. You get it early. It's like 3 days early, so you get it July 16th. Dude, I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm probably going to pre-order it, get it the 16th, take those days off, and then go in Monday to work and be like, "How was your weekend, dude?" I got no sleep. I played video games all weekend. That's. I feel like this is that next hype that we have. So I'm very excited for it. Let's see, when is this? So June. All right, so the 16th is a Tuesday. So the game Friday. So you play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like, come on now. Who doesn't want to do it? Like, I am doing that. I want to play this game on a Tuesday. I want to go through the rest of the work week like nothing's ever happened. I'm hyped. I'm very hyped. I know my boy Brandon's hyped as well. I'm very, very excited. Very, very excited for it. EA, please don't please don't let us down. I'm excited for this. We're all excited for this. We've all been waiting for this for so long. Don't let it be a crap game. And with that, guys, that's all I got. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. I know it's a one-man show. It kind of lags on a little bit with just one person. It's kind of hard for me not to ask questions and get responses back. So I kind of put that feed out for you guys. Being a one-man show, it is kind of a little intimidating, not gonna lie. But I think you guys see the raw that we had, like the raw emotion, the raw feelings we have in this. And we want to let you guys, sense that with us as well. From now on, guys, we will, we're trying to fix our Facebook. Something happened with StreamYard and Facebook. We're trying to get that fixed so we can get you guys back on Facebook with us. If you're watching us on YouTube, please comment, like, and subscribe. The more likes and the more views we get, the better our quality is going to get with this. I know that we're just starting out, us four, but the more content we're going to be putting out and the better views we get, the better likes we get, the more, viewership we're getting into you guys, the better it's going to help us out. So please comment, like, and subscribe. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. I know being on YouTube, we get comments. We will see everything. When you guys comment something, we will comment back. If it's not, Marco or Brandon, it's going to be myself or Rob. We want you guys to talk to us. On Facebook, please continue to comment on our Facebook. When we post something, please, engage with us. Let us know that you guys are there. Let us know that you guys are still here with us, that you guys are still in the tank for us. We do this for you guys. So, when anytime sports or life or anything comes into, view for us, we let you guys know firsthand, hey, we'll talk about this. If something's going on in the world, we're going to talk about it. God, almost 8 weeks now. The Key Bridge, it fell. It collapsed, and for about a week, that's all I talked about, because it's life. That's what hit. It's right down the road for me. That hits life hard. That's who we are. So please, guys, just let us know what you guys want to see, content wise. Marco will be back. I promise you guys. very hectic right now with his kid, graduating, and just the summer starting up. There's a lot going on. Prom, graduation, work for me, my end of the football season coming up. Brandon's got his family and his summer projects. Same with Rob. Rob's got his family and summer projects going on. Guys, we're here. We hear you guys when you guys want us. When you post stuff on our Facebook, we see it. We acknowledge you guys. We're here for you guys. We're in the tank for our fans, for the Tank Nation. Write it down. It may be copywritten. If it is, I'm sorry. But this is the Tank Nation, guys. And we want you guys to know that we're here for you guys. So, comment, like, subscribe, whatever you guys need. Come to us, because we're in the tank for you, and you're in the tank for us. So for now, thank you for on this Friday frenzy. It was great talking to you guys. Got a couple things out there. We definitely missed last week. I know it's been a little bit since we talked to you guys. I know it's kind of weird just seeing me. Probably you guys were thinking it was Brandon and Marco and myself, or just Marco and Brandon. Instead, y'all got Cowboy Capone. Follow me on Twitter, X, Cowboy and the Boys on X. I've been posting a lot of stuff, stupid stuff, funny stuff, sports stuff, life stuff. It's there. We have fun. Until then, guys, always let us know what you're in the tank for.